She is no longer in the league because she not only got let go by the Chicago Sky, she has been let go by the New York Liberty, and she's crying online about it.
The same player who viciously blindsided Caitlin Clark in one of the dirtiest plays of the season.
Caitlin Clark is trying to cut in this position right here, and Diamond DeShields just body checks her. Like, it's a foul. This sequence of play was wild.
Getting waived is crazy because, like, what do you do after you get waived?
What's up, everyone? Today we have a story that's breaking and absolutely shocking. The kind of moment that's sending shockwaves through women's basketball and beyond. Just 2 minutes ago, the WNBA suspended Diamond DeShields for a vicious, jaw-dropping attack on Caitlin Clark that has everyone talking. This wasn't your typical play. It was a full-blown explosion of rage, rivalry, and controversy that's threatening to shake the very foundation of the sport. Behind the headlines are deeper issues of race, jealousy, and power struggles that reveal much more than just a heated moment on the court. You won't believe what happened, what it means for the future of women's basketball, and how this incident could change the game forever. Stay tuned. This is one story you don't want to miss. It was a game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, an ordinary matchup on paper, but one that would be forever etched into the league's history for all the wrong reasons. Caitlin Clark, the young phenom whose scoring exploits and magnetic presence have captivated millions, was on the receiving end of a shocking act of violence. The play unfolded in the final minutes of the game, with Clark attempting a simple cut when suddenly, Diamond DeShields, a talented but fiery player, launched a body check of staggering force. The collision was not a foul. No, it was a targeted assault. Clark, caught off guard, was knocked to the floor, her body colliding violently with the court. The footage went viral within minutes. Fans, analysts, and fellow players couldn't believe what they saw. DeShields, instead of playing the ball, clearly body-checked Clark with malicious intent. She reached down, pretending to offer a helping hand, but her eyes betrayed her. This was no accident. It was a calculated act of hostility. Social media erupted with outrage. Clips of the hit circulated across platforms, sparking debates about sportsmanship, violence, and the culture of the league. Was this just a heated rivalry gone too far? Or was it a symptom of deeper issues festering beneath the surface of women's basketball? In the immediate aftermath, Clark got up, visibly shaken, and ran away from DeShields, who continued to act as if she had no malicious intent. The incident was dissected from every angle, with many calling it one of the most egregious plays of the season, a blatant assault disguised as basketball. In professional sports, accountability is paramount, but in the wake of the attack, the WNBA's response was perplexingly muted. No official statement was issued initially. Fans and commentators demanded action, yet the league remained silent, fueling speculation and criticism. However, behind closed doors, the league acted swiftly. DeShields was suspended and subsequently let go by the Chicago Sky. Later, she was picked up briefly by the New York Liberty, a move seen by some as a second chance, but by others as a sign of the league's wavering stance on misconduct. Then, just days before the 2025 season, the Connecticut Sun waived her outright. The move was abrupt, and for many, it signified a quiet but decisive message. Players who target Caitlin Clark or exhibit dangerous behaviour will face swift consequences, including career-ending dismissals. Yet even as the league appeared to clamp down, the damage was done. DeShields' career was in free fall. She was seen distraught, sharing her frustrations on social media about being waived and stranded with her belongings. Her voice was filled with heartbreak. An athlete who had once been a rising star now facing the harsh reality of sidelined dreams. Diamond DeShields entered the league amid high expectations. Her athleticism, scoring prowess, and competitive fire made her a favourite among fans. She had set rookie records, made all-star appearances, and showcased flashes of brilliance that hinted at stardom. But the incident with Clark marked a turning point. What was once a promising trajectory quickly unravelled. After being cut from the Connecticut Sun just days before the season, opportunities dried up. Teams hesitated to sign her, and she found herself increasingly isolated. In a poignant social media post, DeShields sat surrounded by her belongings, describing her heartbreak. She explained how she had driven from Atlanta, excited for a fresh start, only to be abruptly cut. She struggled to find rental cars, faced logistical chaos, and expressed feelings of betrayal and despair. Her words painted a stark picture. Talent, ambition, and potential all overshadowed by a reckless decision that led to her downfall. Her career, once on the rise, was now a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked aggression and the league's inability or unwillingness to protect its players. Race, jealousy, and power dynamics unraveling the tensions behind the incident. This incident did not occur in a vacuum. Beneath the surface lies a tangled web of societal issues, race, gender, jealousy, and the struggle for dominance that influence the behaviours, reactions, and narratives surrounding the event. To truly understand what transpired, we must delve into the complex layers of cultural and systemic factors that shape the landscape of women's basketball today. Caitlin Clark, a white phenom from Iowa, has rapidly ascended to become the league's brightest star. Her record-breaking performances, charismatic personality, and ability to captivate audiences have catapulted her into the national spotlight. Her rise has coincided with record viewership, sold-out arenas, and a renewed cultural interest in women's basketball. Clark's style, dynamic, high energy, and seemingly effortless, has redefined the game and attracted a broader audience, bridging gaps between generations and demographics. However, her meteoric ascent has not been universally celebrated. Not everyone has welcomed her success with open arms. Behind the scenes, some players and commentators have subtly or overtly resented her rise, perceiving her as an outsider or a disruptive force challenging the established hierarchy within the league. The attack by DeShields, many argue, was fueled in part by this resentment, an aggressive attempt to push Clark back into her perceived place in the league's social and competitive order. Clark's ascent has stirred envy among veteran players who have spent years carving out their careers in relative obscurity. Their achievements, endorsements, and media attention now seem overshadowed by her rapid rise. This sense of threatened status can breed hostility and, in some cases, violence. The incident involving DeShields can be viewed as a misguided effort to reassert dominance, a toxic response rooted in shifting power dynamics and the fear of being left behind or rendered irrelevant. Moreover, the league itself is at a cultural crossroads. Traditional values, sportsmanship, humility, team loyalty are increasingly challenged by a new generation that embraces individual branding, social media exposure, and outspoken personalities. Clark embodies these modern shifts. She is unapologetic about her confidence, engages actively with fans online, and isn't afraid to express her personality openly. Her success has unsettled the old guard, leading to hostility that sometimes manifests in aggression or violence. The league's slow response to DeShields' attack and the apparent lack of a firm stance against violence reveal deeper systemic issues. Critics argue that some players enjoy a level of immunity, with league officials hesitant to enforce rules strictly, fearing backlash, negative optics, or accusations of bias. This hesitancy can perpetuate a culture where disrespect and violence are tolerated or overlooked, undermining efforts to foster a safe, respectful environment for all players. Caitlin Clark, the face of the future or a flash in the pan. Despite the hostility she faces, Clark remains the league's most prominent star. Her record-breaking feats, most points scored, assists, triple-doubles by a rookie, have cemented her status as the face of women's basketball. Her electrifying style of play, highly skilled, explosive, and entertaining, has drawn unprecedented attention from fans, media, and sponsors alike. Her presence is often compared to that of NBA sharpshooters like Steph Curry, an artist behind the arc, with flair and confidence that energize viewers. Her popularity has skyrocketed TV ratings and increased sponsorship deals, signaling that her influence extends beyond the court. Clark's visibility has helped elevate women's basketball to new heights, inspiring young athletes and expanding the league's reach. Yet, her prominence has also made her a target. Some players and critics view her as an outsider who has taken over the league, fueling resentment rooted in jealousy and racial biases. Clark's success challenges traditional hierarchies and in some cases triggers defensive reactions rooted in deeper societal prejudices about race and privilege. Clark's resilience has been extraordinary. She refuses to be silenced or intimidated by negativity. Her measured professional responses to the violence exemplify leadership. She remains focused on her game and her message of perseverance. Her attitude sends a powerful message. Success should be celebrated, not vilified, and respect must be earned through professionalism. The WNBA now faces a pivotal question: how to protect its stars and uphold its integrity amid heightened visibility and social media scrutiny. The league's handling of DeShields' attack, initial silence followed by suspension and eventual dismissal, signals a shift toward accountability. However, critics argue that these measures should have been immediate and unequivocal to set a clear precedent. Leaders in women's sports must emphasize core values: sportsmanship, respect, and safety in their messaging and policies. The league should also leverage its platform to highlight positive role models and promote a culture of respect. Transparent policies, consistent enforcement, and a commitment to change are vital for creating a sustainable, inclusive future. Social media has played a crucial role in shaping public opinion and rallying support for Clark. Fans trended hashtags like Ask Caitlin Clark and Protect Our Stars, amplifying her voice and calling for accountability. Commentators, former players and activists voiced their support, condemning DeShields' actions. This digital activism underscores a vital truth: fans are the heartbeat of the league. Their voices can influence league policies, promote accountability, and drive cultural change from the grassroots upward. What's next? The future of women's basketball in the wake of crisis. The DeShields incident is a wake-up call. It exposes the fragility of the league's culture and the urgent need for reform. Will the league implement stronger anti-violence policies? How will it foster a culture of respect and professionalism? Are further disciplinary actions against DeShields or others forthcoming? How will this impact fan trust and engagement? Most importantly, the league must protect its brightest stars, like Clark, whose talent and charisma are vital for growth. Their safety and respect are non-negotiable. The suspension of Diamond DeShields signals a decisive moment for the WNBA. It's a clear message: violence, hostility, and behavior that threaten the integrity of the sport will no longer be tolerated. This incident has laid bare the underlying tensions, racial, cultural, and generational, that have long simmered beneath the surface. It also offers an opportunity for meaningful change, an overhaul that prioritizes respect, safety, and fairness. Caitlin Clark's rise symbolizes the future of women's basketball: exciting, innovative, and full of promise. But her success must be protected by a league that values its players and upholds the highest standards of sportsmanship. The question remains: who's next? Will the league finally take concrete steps to ensure that its stars are safe and respected? Or will it continue to stumble, sacrificing careers and integrity in the process? One thing is certain: this story is far from over. The moment of reckoning has arrived. The league must decide if it will embrace change or cling to the past. The future of women's basketball depends on it, because in the end, women's basketball is about more than just points and records. It's about empowering athletes, fostering respect, and building a game that everyone can be proud of.